Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel and thanks for joining us today. Today's topic is what are some of the common causes of pinched nerves. So we're going to be walking you guys through how to decipher what are some of the common ways that can happen, be it injuries, be it repetitive injury stuff that can happen, or injuries from trauma that can cause it. So let's kind of go through some of the basic, format of what nerve pain really is, okay? Nerve pain typically has very specific quality of pain, or kind of the types of pain that would be more relevant to nerve pain rather than a type of pain that's be more relevant to a muscle spasm or a sprain and strain or tear of a particular muscle, okay? When we're talking about sprain and strain, people usually have soreness or some tenderness and some pain that is more of a sharp nature, or it could be shooting sometimes, but it's typically sharp and sore. But when it comes to nerve pain, we typically have pain that are either numbness, tingling, burning, radiating, shooting pain, or electrical-like pain that shoots down from a particular region of the nerve where it is compressed. So let's go back to trying to determine or help you to determine what are some of the common bases of nerve or pinched nerve. Well, let's now progress to the chart here where I'm going to be walking everybody through on where specific regions of pinched nerves can happen. Now, typically with me as a chiropractor, right, we deal with the spine. So I'm going to, of course, be talking about mostly in the spinal, region. So the reason I want everybody to understand this is actually very, very crucial. Now, a lot of people will come to me and they'll say, "Hey doc, I have pain in my low back, it radiates down my leg. I think it's the nerve pain, and my low back doesn't hurt that much, but man, I've been icing my leg and it's really not helping at all." Well, there's a reason why for that. That's not helping, right? And this is why we're going to walk you through why icing your leg when you're having sciatica, or icing your arm when you're having nerve pain coming from your neck is not going to do any good at all whatsoever. Now, it might numb the pain a little bit for you, but you're not really going at the source of the cause of the arm pain or the source of the cause of the leg pain. And the reason for that is actually very, very simple. When you have nerve compression in the neck area, you can see this is the neck area. We call that the cervical spine or the C-spine. The mid-back area, we call that the thoracic spine or the T-spine. The lumbar area or the low back area, we call that the L-spine. Now, with just one caveat, right? Pinched nerves typically happen more commonly in the cervical spine and also in the lumbar spine. It's not as common to happen in the thoracic spine. Now, why is that? It's actually very, very simple. Our thoracic spine or our trunk actually is protected by the rib cage, right? So the rib cage is very pliable, but not only is it protecting the organs within that region, it's also protecting the very crucial portion of our nerves. In this case here, it's also surrounding our spinal cord area of the spine area, but the rib cage acts as the buffer to make it really, really stable for the mid-back or the thoracic spine to get enough pressure from outside forces to put pressure on that nerve, particularly through trauma like we talked about, or also just repetitive sprain and strain, okay? Now, when we're talking about the cervical spine, that's a totally different story, right? There's no disc lesion, there are no rib cage up in the cervical spine or the C-spine. So again, that's why when we're talking about people who are doing very extreme sports like football, or kickboxing and those kind of things where you have extreme trauma to the neck, you can see why there are more propensity to have neck irritation of the nerve or pinched nerve from the neck. Now, the lower back is the same way. The lumbar spine doesn't have any rib cage protecting that area. Even though it's more stable because it has bigger vertebra, it still can cause a lot of pinched nerves in that area because of, again, less stable because of your lack of ribs in that particular region. So now let's discuss some of the issues with how to address the nerve compression coming from your neck. So just say that you have a neck pain coming from your neck, right, as a result of a C5 nerve root okay, that's being compressed in this left side here. So what happens is, as the nerve is come out of your spine, it's being compressed by the disc, right? So what happens is that the C5 nerve root will then send signal literally right to the shoulder area in this region here. So what most people would do is that they will have more pain here, and so hence what do? They put ice in this area of the arm, okay? Now remember, the compression occurs in the spinal region, not in the arm region in this case, okay? So when you're icing your spine, in this case here's icing your neck area, you want to ice right in the region on your C5 area, which is right in the spinal region of your neck, not the arm, or not where the pain is radiating down to the arm, no matter which segment it is compressed, okay? That's very, very important. Otherwise, you really are icing what? You're icing kind of like what I call ghost pain, right? It's like when an amputee has no leg and they still feel pain, okay? That's the kind of refer or radiating kind of pain that your body is trying to send signal to that area, but it really doing something about that area is not going to relieve the pain whatsoever at all. So here's where you want to ice. Now vice versa, if you have nerve pain in your leg that shoots down as a result of a pinched nerve, okay, just say from your L4 and L5, okay, and then L4 and L5, and it's radiating down to the calf area, outside the calf here. A lot of people would say, oh geez doc, I can't sleep at night, I feel like I have to put ice on my leg, but it does kind of help a little bit, but the pain is always there, okay? So typically what most people don't realize is that the nerve pain, of course, is compressed here at this region of the L5, okay? So where you want to ice this is here, not in your leg, and you don't want to compress the leg either with things. It probably doesn't hurt it, but at the same time, it doesn't do any good. Now, sometimes people do ice this area here and they feel like, oh, it's numbing my pain a little bit. But in the end, you're really covering up the symptoms and you're not really getting down to the cause, which is taking down the inflammation and icing where the nerve is being pinched or where the nerve is being pressured. So hopefully this helps everybody to understand how the nerve is being pinched, okay? Where to address a pinched nerve to relieve pain, to take pressure and to take inflammation and pain when you're at home and when you're not getting treatment. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate everybody for liking our channel and subscribing to our channel. And if you have any question with regard to what topics that you want us to cover or go deep into certain topics that you don't understand, please let us know and we'll definitely address everything. Thank you.